What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another Evans Collection video. Today we'll be taking a look at Mortal Kombat Classic Scorpion from McFarlane Toys. Got this guy off of Big Bad Toy Store, along with Sub-Zero, which we will take a look at Sub-Zero later on. A lot of people have been complaining about the price with these new Mortal Kombat figures from McFarlane. I'm one of them. I've bitched about the Molina and Sub-Zero 2-pack, and about it being $70. And honestly, I do think that's a little much for that 2-pack, for what you get. But pricing is what it is, guys. I mean, I don't see these figures coming down. I don't see these figures really, if anything, I see them going up. And that's going to be up to us, the collectors, to decide, hey, is this worth buying, or am I going to pass on this, right? So, Scorpion here, I think this figure looks fantastic. I love the head sculpt. I love the classic look. I have been wanting a classic Scorpion in my collection for a long time, and I am so glad that McFarlane's doing this now, because I have a lot of McFarlane's Mortal Kombat 11 figures, so this guy's going to fit in just nicely on my shelf with those guys. And like I said, I absolutely love this figure. Storm Collectibles, I'm not really comparing this to Storm Collectibles because I have never owned a Storm Collectible, so I don't know how their figures are, or how they're, I've seen reviews on them. They look very nice. They articulate very well. Probably articulate better than these. But you also had to think about a Storm Collectible is going to cost you, especially Scorpion, is going to cost you probably right at $100. And if you're on a budget like myself, you're going to stick with the traditional $30 McFarlane. I'd rather spend $30 on this McFarlane figure than spend $100 on a Storm Collectibles. This is my personal preference, and I know a lot of people like the Storm Collectibles because they're 6 inches and everything, and they fit in with their Marvel Legends or their Capcom figures or whatever. Like I said, I have a lot of the Mortal Kombat 11 figures, so this right here is going to work just nicely for me. I also pre-ordered Raiden, the classic Raiden. If I find Molina and Sub-Zero, I probably will pick them up. I probably will cave, because Molina is one of my favorite characters from Mortal Kombat, so she's definitely one I want in my collection. And of course, if I see Katana, I'm definitely going to pick her up. Not sure about Liu Kang, because I feel like the Liu Kang that he just made, the new one, really looks like the Liu Kang that I got on the shelf now. I mean, it's just a repaint. So, not sure if I'm going to pick that figure up or not. But yes, these guys are $30. But like I said, I think they look great. Are they worth the $30? Like I said, Marvel Legends, even McFarlane now, a lot of figures have went up to $30, so it is what it is. I do wish that, just like like Marvel Legends, they pack out the box. G.I. Joe Classifieds, pack out the box. I wish McFarlane would do that. I wish McFarlane would pack out the box, because the only thing that we got with Scorpion here is his spear right there. So it is what it is, guys. I know I say that a lot, but let's take a look at Scorpion's head sculpt. Enough talk about price point. And like I said, I love this head sculpt. I think it looks great. I like the white eyes. This is a very, very nice looking figure. I absolutely love this figure. I think it's fantastic. The colors look very nice on here. Paint apps are a little iffy on this guy. I know it looks like a little bit of splotches here, but not terrible, guys. I don't really have a problem with it. I do wish that McFarlane would get rid of these pins, but overall, I don't have a freaking issue with this figure. I think it looks great, and like I said, I'm so glad to have a classic Scorpion on the shelf now. And like I said, I love the head sculpt. Head sculpt when these guys are banging. The Sub-Zero head sculpt, same thing. It's just banging. So, let's take a look at his one accessory he does get. So I will say, guys, you got to be careful with this spear right here because it will come off. I was straightening this thing out yesterday and I pulled it off. I'm probably going to shoot some glue in there and probably glue it back in there, but it's holding for right now. It's not a big deal. But here is the spear, and I'm glad that it does come with, you know, a wired rope here. I think it looks nice though. I think it's cool. And like I said, it just wraps around his hands there, and you can do whatever you want to do as far as posing. So let's take a look at Scorpion's box. So like I said, you get nothing in the box. I do like the Mortal Kombat Classic logo. I say you don't get nothing in the box. You get the spear in the box. That's it. You don't get no extra hands or nothing like that. I think it does come with a backdrop that you can take photos with, and he does come with his the traditional, you know, McFarlane stand there. So, but the front of this box looks awesome. I like the arcade look, and you got the lightning on the side there. That's pretty sick. And here is the back of the box, and there's a little read up there. I know it's kind of hard to see, but I'll bring it back in here so you guys can see the image, which is the image of him in the game, which is awesome. Love it. So yeah, guys, that was my look at Scorpion. Like I said, guys, I think that this is worth getting, especially if you like Mortal Kombat Classic like I do. You know, if you want to go out and spend $100 on a Storm Collectibles, go knock yourself out, be my guest. I'm going to stick with the McFarlane ones just because they're on a budget and I can afford them. You know, I can afford Storm Collectibles too, but I just like to put my money elsewhere sometimes as well. So at the end of the day, we all have bills to pay. So, but anyway, guys, like and subscribe and check out my Instagram at JEActionFigures. I already posted this guy on Instagram, so go check him out there. And I also did a short on this guy yesterday, so if you guys want to take a look at my shorts here on YouTube, he is up on there as well. So we'll be taking a look at Sub-Zero later on, possibly this week, maybe tomorrow. So stay tuned, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.